Win the losers bracket, Meta Madness 8 continues. Our first qualifier continues with the losers bracket. We have the Storm League Enjoyers against Team Ash. I saw the name Storm League Enjoyers and immediately I was thinking, okay, so they are liars, right? I mean, there's nobody that actually enjoys Storm League. That's not really a thing. So, yeah, I'm a bit suspicious when I see team names like that. But anyways, this should be a pretty cool one, so really looking forward to it. Just to sum things up once again, in the first qualifier there are no pre-bans. Heroes obviously can only be taken once within the series. So heading into game number 2, it means all 10 heroes that were played on the first map cannot be played again. And if there is a game number 3, 20 heroes will be unavailable to the teams in the draft for the third game. But as mentioned before, we have, as usual, now also sub goals on Twitch, so every sub, gifted sub and resub will go straight to banning more heroes for future qualifiers and also for the playoffs. So as we are going from qualifier number 1 to qualifier 2, 3, 4 and 5, it stands to reason that more and more heroes will slowly be pre-banned, and that makes of course every single qualifier a little bit more special until we finally arrive in the playoffs, where it's going to get pretty, or should get pretty exciting. And we already had, I mean, we had Murky, we had Abatha, we had Shogal, so the teams are already embracing the spirit of the tournament, and I'm definitely here for it. Yesterday's games were an absolute blast, so yeah, I can't wait. This should be amazing. Now, in game number 1, we are on Garden of Terror, so we have immediately a big map. I would expect that Hogga gets banned by the blue team. That's a hero that is definitely first pick worthy, so blue team most likely going to be the one to get rid of him. We have Lucio also banned out. And there's a Blaze ban. So, if Hogga doesn't get banned, it would surprise me a bit if he makes it through here. Unless, of course, they are somehow afraid of anyone else playing a specific hero on the red team side. Bishop is, of course, known for a couple of heroes, is Hanzo in particular. I don't really know if it's ban-worthy at this point, if you would rather give them Hogga. But yes, they ban Hanzo. Damn, okay. So much more respect for Bishops than I thought they would have. But that allows for Hogga first pick if they want him. Hogga great on the map, really gives you the wave clear and gives you especially the mercenary clear that you normally want here. But they go for Brightwing. Renella loves to play Brightwing and locks the Fruit Fly in. Okay, already interesting to start into game number 1 with the draft here. So let's see where exactly Hogga is going to land. Yeah, that could get wild. I said it, by the way, when the stream started. I had a pretty rough night. I apparently developed an ear infection and couldn't sleep half the night. Super annoying. So yeah, I'm gonna cast today fully with an ear infection there. Thankfully, I already had one about 8-9 months ago, so I still have some of the medication left over and I've started using that, so I hope that in a couple of days it's going to be gone, but not really a fan, let me put it like this. So let's hope that it doesn't flare up or get worse during the stream now, but yeah, not a fan. We get Hogga as the 1-2 pick for the blue team, as pretty much expected, and here comes the Haka for Team Ash. And they again changed the acronym. So in case you're unfamiliar with that, Team Ash has been around in various iterations for years now, for ages, for a really long time. And initially the team was called Team Arthur's Stroitram, and which basically means in Russian something like Arthur's builds a castle, or Arthur's builds something. I'm not quite sure what exactly he builds, but he's building something. And ever since then, with every new iteration of the team and every tournament that they join, they slightly changed the abbreviation. So now apparently it means avoid same heroes, which is obviously part of the Meta Madness rules here too. But yeah, it's always amusing to me whenever they sign up for a new tournament and they're changing it slightly. So we get Sylvanas for them. And with Brightwing and the Haka, they already have some global pieces that they can use here. Whereas for the blue team, I mean, they could go Falstad. If they really want to try and counteract this globally a bit, then they could go for Falstad. We've seen also Samuro on this map, but I would say game number 1, higher likelihood to get him right away. But yeah, let's have a little bit of a look. They go for Varian and Anduin. Now that's an interesting front line here. So we have Muradin, Hogga and Varian. So Taunt into Stormbolt. They need Arion on really somebody that gets a huge amount of burst damage in. Could be a mage, we'll see. But they need definitely something to blow the targets to pieces. Father and son united. I heard, by the way, Blizzard is trying to make Anduin a man. Is that a thing? Apparently there was some BlizzCon trailer or something like that. I haven't really watched it yet, but they're trying to make Anduin manly. I quite laughed when I saw that. I was just like, alright boys, good luck with that. He has literally a Robin skin. If anything screams beta, it's that. So yeah, no idea. Here comes Blondie, so it means that we have now Jaina for exactly that burst damage that I was pointing out a second ago. On the side of Team Ash, we got Johanna and Imperius. I like it. Good draft for both teams here. Prefer Team Ash a little bit, but let's see how many kills they can get with this Jaina variant combo that they're running together with Muradin. Game number 1, everybody. Garden of Terror is the map. The Storm League Enjoyers against Team Ash. The Storm League Enjoyers with a Warcraft combo. We have Arian on Jaina here in this best of 3 series in game number 1. Lavakal on Muradin, Ether on Hogga, Itrax on Varian, and Alvaros on Anduin. Team Blondie. Anduin and Jaina, I personally think they are siblings. I mean, look at the facial structure, look at the hair, they're clearly siblings. Again, one of the stories that Blizzard doesn't really want to tell you, but they are siblings 100%. Like, there's no denying that. Team Ash, on the other hand, they're coming in with Shizakid on Johanna. We have Bishops on Imperius, Renella on Brightwing, Morenas on Dehaka, and Lopaka is playing Sylvanas. Okay. It's go time! Yeah, level 1 we get the Consuming Flames here. Big map, obviously. One of the things that you have to try and shut down immediately is that Sylvanas push that will eventually arrive. And in this case at least, the blue team is able to safeguard their mid lane pretty well. So we've seen that yesterday actually, that teams are now sometimes just aiming for the middle instead of trying to go for one of the side lanes. Varian is having some trouble down at the bottom of the map already and goes down. Anduin a little bit late to the party. I mean, what a backstabbing guy, seriously. I mean, doesn't even help out his father, you know, betrays him. Like, that's a traitor, that's a kinslayer right there. This is unacceptable. Daddy's in trouble and Anduin just sitting there watching it, not even interfering in any way, shape or form. This is just sad. Now his sister gets attacked too, so he just lost his daddy and his sister. That is absolutely crazy. I mean, no wonder that he's currently trying to man up a little bit. That guy has PTSD at this point. Or he's going to commit Honorable Sudoku, one of the two. I mean, running straight into 2 opponents could definitely grant him that wish very quickly. But either way, the Haga started to take towards the top with the 1 minute mark passing. It also means that we have our camps up on the map, so teams can now start to go for some mercenaries here. Particularly from Hogga we can expect that, and he's already going for it. Dong 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 dong. Playing Pinball Wizard over here against the Siege Giants, and he's winning. Blue team with good timing. Team Ash wanted to invade and was just falling short of it. Oh, Dehaka, it's a bait, baby. Yep, they're baiting it, and what a lick. Hitting Anduin. Full on man mode by Dehaka. Comes in, hits the lick, and then they get the kill. So now the entire family was wiped out. That's actually crazy. 3 kills to 0. Team Ash is starting off strong in game number 1. And look at Hogga. He's still been playing it out at the bottom of the map, trying to take another camp, and now all of a sudden he's again in trouble. Sylvanas at least gets killed, so the Enjoyers are slowly bringing this back a bit. Yeah, Hogga gets also away, but the camp still gets stolen. So the counter kill against Hogga was definitely nice for them, but it doesn't change the fact that now a camp was stolen away from them. They are trailing by half a level, and just structurally, and when we're looking at the situation on the map, it's starting to get a bit dicey. Jaina, are they going to get a hit? Jojo apparently didn't get the memo. That could have been a kill. It is a kill? 4 hit points. Yeah, if Johanna wouldn't be griefing here and would have just engaged as well, that would have been a guaranteed kill. But nope. Instead, what we're seeing is Jaina surviving with 3 hit points. Calculated. Right from the beginning. By the way, what is this? Colossus smash after High King's quest for variants, so no taunt. It's been a while since I've seen that. Heine explains the double tank that they're running here, so they were not really looking at just locking targets down with the Stormbolt and taunt and then letting Jaina do their thing, but instead they're playing this out with a smashy smash. So Varian is gonna jump around and yell a little bit at everybody. That could get interesting, but is it also gonna be good enough? That's a very different question. But I can appreciate that they already tried to show us something a bit different. So, yeah, there's it already. coming in and going full for it. Yeah, another stun. And he's dead. Oh, poor Varian. Seems to be not his day here. Yeah, and now they're losing the bottom wall too. So, looking pretty good here for Team Ash. I mean, again, it's way too early to tell probably, of course, but still, at least the early game is looking alright. Now, there's one seed already in the hands of the Storm League boys, so they got that. But the fight at the bottom of the map kind of continues. We have Dehaka in the middle. Ooh, Stormbolt, the Fruit Fly in trouble, but... is Brightwing gonna fall? Nope, Manila gets away. Cooldown wasn't there, and now Anduin is dead again. But, yeah. Let's see if we're going to get a couple more Storm League talents for the blue team. The name starts to make sense here. Now, we get Second Wind in, and we got the Blessed Recovery for Anduin. He definitely needs that. He needs a Massager too, because he's been now killed for the second time. And that makes your bones and muscles a little bit stiffer, so at least I've heard. 1 level lead by now for the red team. So Team Ash, they're turning the blue team to ashes. Burn them to cinders. So, yeah, with that we now have nearly level 10 for them. And of course they got the last seed at the top. Morena's still looking good here too. I mean, just generally looking at this, the first game, of course, I mean, we've seen so many comebacks yesterday, I don't want to overjudge anything here. But with 6 kills to 1 and an early level 10, the situation for Team Ash is obviously more than good. This is a great start into the game. You can try to invade a little bit. Again, they're just barely too late to steal those Siege Giants away. If they would have arrived a bit earlier, they might have even been able to go get a kill and then take the camp away. So that level 10 advantage doesn't get them a whole lot. They were looking to capitalize on it, but they couldn't quite. So, yeah. Varian again on the run, and dead again. I feel a little bit bad at this point, I gotta say. So, yeah, I feel a little bit sorry for Varian. The man died 3 times already. His... I don't even know if Jaina is a legitimate or illegitimate daughter. But she is definitely Anduin's brother. I mean, that much we can tell. I mean, look at the 2 portraits. It's clear as day. But yeah, Anduin died twice. Jaina died twice. So it's just Muradin and Hogger that are trying to carry this. Nice move at the top with a light bomb, but it seems like he's actually going to survive. Brightwing, hello? Yep, and there's the isolation. Trying to turn this around. Couldn't quite, but with the help of Imperius, they get the kill against Hogger. Nice. Yeah, nicely done. So that's 8 kills to 1. 8 kills to 1 and nearly a 2-level lead. The bottom fort has also been destroyed. So, yeah, this is pretty rough. And up at the top, what we're getting in the meantime is another push for structure, so that wall gets also destroyed. Sylvana's obviously more than happy to help out a bit. Blessed Shield comes in. They're trying again for the Crybaby, and Anduin goes down. Anduin eliminated. He's gone again. Yeah. They are having real problems getting any kind of foothold in this first game. Now, we are in the losers bracket, of course, and I explained this a few times already. As you progress through the tournament bracket, you gain points. So you don't qualify by winning a tournament. You take a huge step, obviously, to qualifying for the playoffs. If you win a tournament, you get the most points in the qualifier. But even if you get eliminated previously, you can always accumulate a few points if you participate in all of the qualifiers. That will then eventually add up, and so you can try and make your way into the playoffs. But here in the losers bracket, for both of these teams, it would still be important to at least get to the next round to increase that a bit. Level 13 talents are there. 9 kills, 2-1 for now. And, well, we're getting the Ferocious Stalker. And we also have the Divine Rage. This could be a talent for me, by the way. Like, I'm really good at the raging part. I have my problems with the Divine, but when it comes down to raging, I mean, I'm spot on, I can tell you that much. Varian, on the other hand, he does a great job at dying. So he dies again, and so does Jaina. The entire family seems to be cursed. I mean, all 3 of them are just, like, feeding like crazy. It seems like just the... Yeah, Hogger and Murin are the only ones that are able to do anything here, which is kind of bonkers. So, down to the bottom of the map, yeah, Dehaka, he's still taking care of the push with the camp. Can always global in if need be. The only thing that the blue team really has going for themselves is that they have 2 seeds. That's all they got. Tactical pause already happening. So, here we go. Tactical pause from Team Ash. It's a real 3-2-3 moment that we have now. And in the meantime, Bishops is already starting to take position around the next seat here. So, who actually paused? Lopaga paused. Okay, it tracks back. And time to party. Alright. Now, he's gonna get interrupted. Eats the Stormbolt like a man. Honestly, like, that's a face that nothing can destroy any longer. And here comes the Haka. Ooh. Yeah, barely missing that Tong. If he connects it here, that would have been fantastic for them. But now the seed has been claimed. They still have a talent advantage, so there's no reason to not immediately go straight in for that Siege Giant camp and take it too. You can set that onto the lane as well. And yeah, down to the bottom of the map. Seems like the blue team is going to try and steal one camp away as well. We're just exchanging sides at the end of the day. You're going on the left, the other team goes on the right, and everybody is just coming in saying like, you know what, boys, we're gonna take your camps today. Slightly different thing. This could become a bit of a problem now, though. Yeah, they're not going to be too happy about this one, because there's nobody here. Somebody has to hearth, and has to hearth quickly. I guess it's going to be... yeah, Hogga. So he's going back, but that wall is still going to get destroyed. Like, I mean, fairly demolished. So already a problem for the blue team. Hogga isn't even back, by the way. They have to fight for the seat now. So Sylvanas is now moving in too. Do they actually just accept the Garden Terrors? Are they trying to get the keep with this push and just get the Garden Terrors instead? They need to interrupt this a little bit at least. And there it is already. There's the interrupt. Now Sylvanas is moving in. They're totally willing to accept that they're losing out on the objective, but they want to get a keep. And that's not a bad strategy. The fight down here, this is a 5 versus 3 essentially. The Haka is now in, turning into a 5 versus 4, but it's still a little bit bananas. And Sylvanas is going to get the top keep. Anduin is dead again. He does what he does best. And Imperius also died, but the battle is by no means over. Look at the blue team in the hit point bars. They're all insanely low, and Jaina's already gone. They're losing a 4 versus 5. Level 16 advantages are coming into play, and the red team is crushing them. And in the meantime, Sylvanas is ending the game. Sylvanas is sitting there like, hey, if you guys don't stop me, I'm just going to end the game right here, right now. Shield is already gone. Nobody can hearth back because they're being interrupted the entire time. And Sylvanas just sitting tight here and is like, alright, let's go, boys. Game over. 13 kills, 2-3. She has to back out eventually, but that is a ton of damage done. And guess who's getting the Garden Terrors now? It is the blue team. So they have a little bit of a moment where they can breathe for a second, but I'm not sure if that's going to help them to turn the game around. Sylvanas indeed escaped. And we have a 2-level advantage for the boys on the right side of the map. Yeah. Damn. 24,000 damage for Sylvanas, 24,000 for Jaina, and these Garden Terrors shouldn't really be able to do a whole lot. So, yeah. Another quick kill coming in. Bishops this time in trouble. Is the blue team finally getting another one? Yes, they are. So, kill number 4 for them. Blessed Shield is out too, as Jojo is trying to get a return kill. Moving in with the Haka. But those Garden Terrors are still doing damage. Only one on the blue team side that hasn't fallen yet is still Muradin. One Garden Terror is down, and finally we have level 16 talents for the blue team. So, they got the level 16 talents in play. That gives us the Numbing Blast and the Dwarf Launch after the Healing Static. One fort in the middle is starting to take damage, but even that might make it if they can just send somebody over. But the blue team is trying to drive a wedge between them and cut them off here. Jojo is dodging pretty much everything with her Iron Skin on the other hand, and Sylvanas is now defending the middle. So Joanna survives. Blue team has wasted a lot of time there. The Haka is already up at the top. The 2-level lead has once again been re-established, and now they are pushing through the bottom of the map, trying to preserve their fort at the bot lane. Yeah, great job up to now from the team in red. They haven't lost too much to that objective push, so even with the Garden Terrors, the structure hasn't really been destroyed yet. It might finally be time to say goodbye to the fort at the bot lane, but still, generally speaking, the situation is amazing for Team Ash. And they even defend this again. They're also getting closer and closer to level 20, so as all of this plays out, it's gonna become even easier for them to make sure that they are going to get the proper situation going, where they might even destroy another keep here eventually. So, yeah, this is going to be more than a little bit interesting, honestly. So, yeah, we'll see. But okay, Attacks are coming right now. Once again, moving in with another quick move here, trying to get the kill in, particularly against Johanna and against Imperius, but the two of them are already fighting back, and it's a quick exchanging kills, but Imperius dies too. It's a bloodbath as everybody and their dog is dying. So level 20 is finally on the rise, and Anduin is the only one that survives, and it's only the case because he runs the fastest. He has years of training at running away, employs the French defense once more, and it gets him back to safety. But what a fight! I mean, look at this, an absolute slaughter. Everybody getting destroyed over there, and now they're going for the core as Anduin does still what he does best. He's still running. He's still running away here. And gets killed by the Haka. Alright, so game number 1 clearly going to Team Ash. Nicely done. Very well played by them. 18 kills to 6 and a huge convincing lead as they win the first map in the best of 3. Before we head into game number 2, make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it yet so you don't miss out on any future content here on Khaldor TV. To the Spider Queen, map number 2. Team Ash has taken a convincing lead in the series. So, I mean, they've really ran the show on the last one. The Varian Smash build didn't really work out. Again, Storm League enjoyers apparently go for the Storm League talents, and I can see that name now and it makes a bit more sense. But I am not so certain how far we can go with this, if they insist on going for Storm League comps and talents here. That might be the end of the road for them if they don't step it up a bit, but we'll see. Team Ash played it very clean. They had a great showing there, and now of course the big question of what they can pull off. So with that we have first Lucio banned, Hanzo banned, so they're again targeting bishops and his preferred heroes a little bit. Whereas on the other side, Junkrat got eliminated, so no interrupts here through the rat. They can't do anything with them, and can't just simply come in and interrupt these channels with gems time and time again. Personally, I'm happy that we have Tomb of the Spider Queen, because this is the first time kind of that I've now cast Tomb of the Spider Queen in this first qualifier. The 10 heroes, of course, that were played on the first map are not available anymore. So again, they cannot be picked in the same series, in the same match again. So now they will have to deviate away from it a bit. There's still plenty of stuff to go around here, so we're not going to have any problems with players running out of heroes. It's actually the reason why one of the teams had to withdraw from the tournament. Apparently they didn't realize about all the rules, and there was a couple of players from North America, and they realized all of a sudden, wait a moment, we don't have all that many heroes on the other side. So, what happens when we don't have any heroes left? And it's like, well, then you forfeit. And so they withdrew from the tournament. So yeah, that was an interesting one. Vala and Maiev, okay. I'm already a fan of this. Bishops on Maiev is going to be fun, and I personally love to see a couple of Vala games. That's what made the Korean tournament fairly, not annoying, but a little bit sad, because Vala was always banned. I think a good Vala player is a lot of fun to watch and can be really exciting, so we'll see. But what we're getting first is the blue team, of course, with another double pick. Leo already 4 rotations between the bottom and the top lane. Sorry, bottom and mid lane. And we get, nano boosted Mephisto. Alright, burn him to the ground, baby. Burn! Let's see what they can do here with that. Haven't seen that in a hot minute, honestly. Nano boosted Mephisto, if played correctly, and if you can keep him alive, he can shred the entire team for sure. So let's see what they can do against Ana in this setup. I kind of like that. It's been a while where Ana was in every single game and every single comp, but yeah, not so much these days anymore. So let's see what the blue team can do. I mean, they have to win 2 in a row now, right? If they want to go to the next round of the tournament and get a few more points for themselves here for the standings. We get Sergeant Hammer banned away. I believe yesterday we had 1 Hammer game. Yeah, I think 1 was all. And what we're getting now is a Nubrok eliminated. Diablo is still up, unless I'm mistaken. So there's actually a lot of really strong heroes still that could be played here. Jojo is obviously out, so she was played in the previous game. She would have been fantastic here. But you can still go for Diablo if you want to bully people around a little bit. So the dive engage from a Nubrak is now gone. Varian is also off the table. Merlin with his jumps can't be played anymore because he was played previously. But there's Urel, Rega, and I would say Diablo would fit quite well here. But the blue team hasn't picked their own tank yet either. So that's also going to still happen. So let's see. But Urel already is great. Urel plus whatever else they're using at the front line here usually guarantees you that you have a very beefy front lane. Could be Uther also. I mean, if they want to really go for an auto attack Vala, then having an Uther main tank for yourself plus an additional support is a thing. We've seen this time and time again now. So that is still something that we could see. We get Mei and Greymane for the Storm League boys. Okay, then leaves us with the final pick. So the question is, Uther for the double support Vala with auto attack, or do we get something completely different here and a proper main tank? Somebody with a hit point pool and can start wrecking people here. But yeah, they could go for either one with this. So, time to party for game number 2. What's gonna be, boys? Actually taking their sweet time on this, and it's Tyrael, so we get a shield at least. Tyrael is in. Game number 2. Let's go, everybody. The Storm League enjoyers against Team Ash. Game number 2, the chance for Team Ash to lock in a 2-0 victory and advance to the next round. Over on the left side, we have Lavakal playing Mei, Itrax on Greymane, Ether on Leoric. We get Arion on Mephisto, and Ana for that nano boost is played by Alvaros. On the right side of the map, we currently have a Team Ash with Renella on Rega. We get Morenas on Urel, Shizakid on Tyrael, Bishops on Maiev, and on top of that, we have Lopaka with Vala. So the question for Vala is immediately, are we going to get a normal auto attack style for her or not? This is without the second support. You have Tyrael shields at least, but you don't have to go into auto attacks. You could also play a different style if you wanted to here. So that's still a bit of an option, but obviously these days when we're talking about builds, most of the time it's auto attack. In this game is no exception. They're going for the AA build, and immediately we have a big brawl in the middle, 5-on-5, with everybody looking to get the first kill in this game, and Vala just straight forward with one vault after another, attempting to get the kill, and they do! Mephisto, the Lord of Hatred. Yeah, they took him down quickly. Ana is starting things off with a grenade build, by the way. So, yeah, that one's in. And we have our side laners taking position as well. Morenas down at the bottom of the map. Still in the middle, Bishops with Maiev, and good Maiev is always fun. If you have a good Vala, it's fun to watch. If you have a good Maiev, Ultralisk in particular comes of course to mind. With some decent tethers, you can do lots and have some real fun here. But okay, either way, we now have a bit of a rotation down to the bottom of the map in an attempt to get another kill. It seems like they're able to pull that one off, so that's 7 gems that are now gone. Ether's not going to get those back. So it's not a whole lot of difference in gems, but it is going to add up if they're able to repeat this a couple of times. And it can make the difference regarding which team gets the first turn in. But they are also engaging heavily into this camp here, so it's a full-on commitment by the two teams. Siege Giants are there, but they might lose Morenas. Urel in trouble, tries to jump out, dies, but so does Greymane. Oh, yes, they're losing more than that, because now Leoric dies again. 2 gems that he had in his hands. Yeah, actually, if you're looking at the gem count, look at that. I didn't really think that it would make this much of a dent. We have 33 against 13, so a 20 gem lead for them. That really will help them to get the first turn in and play around that. So nicely done. Well, the drain is also happening here as we're looking at level 4 talents finally kicking in for the blue team. We get the Ghastly Reach and Consume Vitality, a build that we've also seen a lot on the Korean side in the recent tournament. Yeah, and in the middle still the tether, but Ice Block is keeping Mei alive. And she's also able to just slide out, so no problem for her. Can't really put her under too much pressure. We have the Static Barrier and the Biotic Enhancements for them now. And Vala is already at 71 stacks. That is pretty darn good. We are 2.5 minutes in. Now they're going for Mei. Nearly get the kill there too. But Vala is just adding stacks by the second. Now, if you're not playing a double support composition, it's not really that critical whether or not... I mean, again, you still don't want to die, right? You don't want to lose your attack speed. But it is a bit more anticipated that eventually you're going to get targeted by your opponent and you're going to fall. So you're trying to make up for it by just getting a lot more stacks and your level 1 talent. And Vala is playing insanely aggressive, and it's working extremely well for them. After level 10, I think she's going to get targeted a couple of times by Greyman in particular, but at least for the time being, she is just stacking up, getting that auto and single target damage into play. And you can tell that the enjoyers, they're not enjoying this. They definitely aren't. They're not enjoying this a whole lot. As well as damage sitting right now. She's at 16,000. Compare that to Greymane. She's doubling Greymane's damage. That's where we are. She's tripling the damage on her own side, and she's doubling what Greymane and Leoric and Mephisto bring to the table. So it's a pretty brutal. It's not bad. It's really nice opening for her. And here comes the first Web Weaver wave. All of this is still happening before the blue team even has level 7. So we are insanely early in the game, but there's already a distinct advantage for the red team, and they seem to be willing to just push it to the limit. Bit of an attack at the top, and Greyman had to retreat here too. Didn't want to get taken down this quickly. Web Weavers are getting attacked in the middle, but they really want to go for the top lane here, as it seems. So if Maiev is able to get close enough to Greymane to land a tether there, then that could become a problem. But the blue team is rotating over and is now with level 7 talents in their hands, doing the best to defend as best as possible here. So they're trying to do what they can. Arion with the Lord of Hatred, again in trouble, is able to get his way out of the fight though. And in addition to that, we now have at the bottom of the map not only the wall destroyed, but also the fort starting to lose some hit points. So yeah, so far so good. Talking about losing people, Greymane is now lost. So Greymane has been eliminated, and Maiev is still sitting up at the top. Some of the structures have taken significant damage, particularly the mid and the bot lane fort. If Maiev can push the top lane out a bit further, then they might even be able to damage the third structure as well. And yep, there is the chance. Again, they're not getting another kill here. But if you're looking at gems, they are still in a good spot. There's finally some turned in by the blue team. Leo has been able to turn his gems in, but the red team is already back at 35, and Leo dies. Now the good news is that he at least was able to turn his gems in, and the rest of the team followed up on it, so now they're getting their own Web Weaver wave. As long as Maiev isn't killed here and is able to get away, this is still going to be nice for them. But just look at that bot lane. They are now able to take out the bottom fort. So yeah, they are pushing this time and time again. Even when the enjoyers are getting a Web Weaver wave, it's the red team that really benefits. And now they have level 10, so that makes matters, of course, infinitely worse. Because now you have your Web Weavers on the ground, and what are you going to do with it? And the answer is, fuck all. You're not going to do anything with that, because your opponent would love to fight you. They would love to come in and fight you. They have rogue abilities. You don't have anything. Mephisto's going to die here for sure, so he's down. And now they can focus on those Web Weavers and take him one at a time. But the blue team, they desperately need level 10. There's just no other way of saying this. 133 stacks for Vala. And again, we're 6 minutes in. We're 6 minutes in now. So it's rough. Level 11 to level 9. And Web Weavers are just falling all over the place. I kind of want to look at Vala's damage, but I'm a little bit scared. So, 28,000. Yeah, not too bad. That's alright. Mommy and Daddy will be proud. Mommy and Daddy will definitely be proud. Not only did their daughter become a beautiful demon hunter, but she is also absolutely kicking ass. She's all out of bubblegum. So, yep. That's what it is.
Hail to the king, baby.
Level 10 is finally there. Alright. Hell, it's about time. So now they got the nano boost. Now they have, in addition to that, also the ice wall. We got the consume souls here. And it's time to fight back. This is what they've been waiting for the entire time. This is what they needed. The level 10 abilities so that they can come in and start doing some serious damage. So, yep, let's see if they are able to pull something off here. Or who's going to get the upper hand in the next fight. Because for now, it's still without the talent advantage, right? It's still level 10 for each team. But there are enough gems now in the hands of the red team again to get another turn in. Which is what they're currently trying to do here. So, let's see if they can do that again. Already working on it, and it shouldn't really take them too long, given how things are shaping up here. So yeah, red team has delivered, and they can now get the next set of Web Weavers. So good for them. And in the meantime, there's the attempt by the blue team, by the Enjoyers, to finally get a counter kill. But the Sanctification is on the ground immediately, so that was already shut down. And now, on top of that, we have with 7 kills to their name, Webweaver's coming in. Another quest unleashed for Vala, who still hasn't fallen. She still hasn't died. And they are just continuing the party here. And it hurts. It really does. Vala now also with the level 13, tempered by discipline, more sustained for her. They're going for the top lane. They want to try and take the fort down here. And I don't see a reason why that wouldn't work for them. So yeah, they are doing a fantastic job. They're getting a kill against Mephisto. Poor Lord of Hatred has been killed time and time again here. He definitely doesn't have an easy time, and now it's Mei that also falls. Greymane is dealing with the bot lane. The team is split, but up at the top we have the red team just doing whatever they can to see more destruction and just take everything down. They're aiming for keep number 1, and it just doesn't look like the Enjoyers are in any position today to really fight back. They're definitely struggling a lot. I mean, look at the minimap. That alone already tells you the tale. We currently have every outer structure destroyed. Every fort is gone on the blue team side, and they lost their top keep too. Vala is at 161 stacks. She doesn't even have Manticore yet, which is going to boost her damage so much. And then, of course, a level 20, and they're still racking them. And in addition to that, the red team is still closer to another turn-in than their opponents. That, on the other hand... if they could have killed Urel and taken those 35 gems away, that would have been nice. But yeah, not even that happens. And Lopaka is currently sitting at the top. He's like, ooh, free boss. Nice, let's go. So they can go for the boss as well. They still have a talent lead. It's not being sniffed out. They're just too fast on this. So now that it's 13 versus 13. Lavakal says hello, but he's already too late. They were trying here. It could have been a nice move if they arrived in time to steal the boss and get a kill or two, but that didn't happen. So now we have a boss on the top lane marching straight for the core, and if they win the team fight now too, they can end the game right here. That has to be the game plan. So already they're starting to chase them and chase them hard. And if they get that... Ooh, yep, Mephisto is dead again. And if they get that level 16 talent, that's going to get even worse. Vala is going to net there herself another kill here, taking down Leoric. She's at 45,000 damage now. And the boss, of course, arrives at the core right now. And this is going to result in another victory for Team Ash. Job well done by them. They get to the next round of the tournament. Nicely played. Greymane dies. It's 12 kills to 1. Nearly a perfect game. Urel obviously is going to get reported a couple of times for feeding. But well-deserved victory. GG. Well done.
Thank you everybody for watching the video today. I hope that you enjoyed the show and the commentary. And keep in mind that the spoiler protection that is going to run for the rest of the video is made possible by all the support on patreon.com. So guys, if you want to support my work, if you want to help me start new projects and keep the spoiler protection in place, please consider heading over to patreon.com/Khaldor. There's also a link in the YouTube description, and check that out. Thanks in advance, and see you guys next time with more esports coverage here on Khaldor TV. Have a great day.